is evil, capable of nothing but destruction.
Hey. Yeah.
Once upon a time, there was a very serious situation brewing. There was a farmer and a farmyard filled with animals, and this is the story of their times.
Old man Sammy
What is going down, world? Welcome to the 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. I go by the name Black Pegasus. Now, this is a little different, but this isn't really a reaction. This is a share. I'm sharing this with you guys. REN's Pig Mask reminded me of this classic hip-hop song from a classic hip-hop album that I grew up listening to, that I loved. Dead Prez, Let's Get Free. The album dropped in the year 2000, I believe. It is a classic hip-hop album. You guys know that song. It's bigger than hip-hop. Classic, right? That song is on there. But there's some epic joints that, I don't know. It's a classic hip-hop album, so I'm hoping some of you guys heard of this. But REN has this reoccurring pig mask, right? And we know he's a fan of, I believe, George Orwell. And there's a book called Animal Farm. Now, I've never read Animal Farm. But do you know why I feel like I read Animal Farm? Because everyone who explained what it was about to me, Dead Prez, did a song called The Animal in Man. And I was like, oh, it's the same story. So I'm going to go back and listen to this with fresh ears. And you guys can answer this, but that's the inspiration about re-listening to this Dead Prez song from the year 2000. Because when we were doing some of the REN reactions on the channel, REN's Pig Mask, then George Orwell, and then the story of Animal Farm, I was like, yeah, there's a story about that. In hip-hop, in rap, Animal and Man by Dead Prez. And I want to re-listen and see if I don't know if I can, because I never read the book. I don't know. Maybe you guys can help me with that. But let's just get this one started, you guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Here we go.
40-year-old boys are back in town. 40. Boys are back in town. 40-year-old boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. 40-year-old FUQ Boys podcast. Malt liquor for your ears. 40.
All right, you guys, let me get this logo down and pull the video up. Don't forget, support the original content on the channel, please. Yeah, man, I'm dropping a new music video. Today was BJJ. I believe it's going to be on Monday, January 15th. So I'd love for you guys to check it out. It's a flip on ice cubes. Today was a good day for BJJ. That's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Let's start this from the beginning. I want to remind you guys, this is from the classic album, a classic, and I don't know if it's critically acclaimed by the critics. It should be, but Let's Get Free is one of the best hip-hop albums in hip-hop history. It's an amazing album. Now, as I've grown older, I don't know if I agree with all of the politics in it. Some of my politics have shifted as I gotten older, but there is a middle ground that I noticed with people who lean a little further left than I do. There's a middle ground that we can agree upon. I do believe, us working together to make things better. I don't think they're totally off the gamut. I believe overall the government's pretty dang corrupt. The establishment is pretty corrupt, and it will take a populist movement to bring things back to order. So we're not that far off. But Dead Prez, this is an amazing album. I loved this album. I still do love it. So let's get into it, you guys. If y'all are ready to take a trip with your boy, this is called The Animal in Man. Dead Prez. Here we go.
Help me. You asked me to help you? Man is evil, capable of nothing but destruction.
Once upon a time, there was a very serious situation brewing. There was a farmer and a farmyard filled with animals, and this is the story of their times.
Old man Sammy had a farm, walked the land with the rifle. Most of the time shit was calm, his whole life was maintained off the everyday labor. From the mules in the field to the cattle in the stable, this is how he kept food on his table. You would've thought he was disabled from the way he be relaxing, acting like Mr. Magnificent. But the animals was thinking something different. The sentiment was tension in the barnyard. Throughout the years, they hadn't been through mad drama with the farmer word is barn guard. And they all came to one conclusion. They argued there was no way that they'd ever be free if it was up to humans. Therefore, the only course left was revolution, which was understandable. And since the pigs promised to lead it in the interest of all the animals, they planned a full attack under the leadership of Hannibal, the fattest pig in the pack. The next morning on the farm, everything was calm just before dawn. But before long, the sun got so hot it made the farm seem electric. Now check it, this is when that shit got hectic. Directed by Hannibal, the animals attacked. Old Sam was in a state of shock. He fell up on his back and dropped his rifle, reaching in vain. Each and every creature from the field at his throat screaming kill, feel the pain. This is the animal and man. This is the animal and you. This is the animal and man. Coming true. This is the animal and man. This is the animal and you. This is the animal and man. Coming true.
What do you guys think? Tell me that ain't some amazing storytelling. The beat is eerie. They set the scene at the beginning with the sample, with the commentary, and then they just go in. And I've never read the book Animal Farm by George Orwell, but from my understanding, like the pigs take over the farm. What did people say it's about? Like Stalinism or Leninism? I don't know, man. Over my pay grade. I ain't tripping. But I always thought that I mean, this is wild, right? But I was just like, yo, I don't need to read the book. I got this song. I heard this song. I always thought this song was about George Orwell's Animal Farm. So I always thought I understood what Animal Farm was about because of this song, The Animal and Man. Now, fast forward to REN having this pig mask theme and knowing he's a fan of George Orwell, and it just keeps getting closer and closer to this, even some of the dialogue and things he says, gives you these, the Animal Farm vibrations. I'm really curious, man. I pray that I introduce some of y'all to Dead Prez for the first time, because they are so fire. But even if I didn't, I know all the heads. The heads, like when I did the basic instructions before leaving Earth reaction. I know the heads are going to be like, oh my gosh, this track is one of the, like, bro, there's so much stuff, when I'm looking at reaction channels, a lot of times we'll do first time reactions, but sometimes just going back to the classics, there's some stuff that our fan base isn't aware of because they're getting put on to hip hop by Harry Mack or REN or, even Tom McDonald. And there's just so many little gems in the hip hop treasure chest. It's fun to listen and discover new things and new artists or artists you might not have known did certain things. One of my favorite songs on this album, Dead Prez's Let's Get Free, is hip hop, bigger than hip hop, but Be Healthy. It's a song about eating healthy foods. And then this one, Animal and Man. I mean, they got bangers. They got this one, I'm African, and I know what's happening. These dudes are tight. Dead Prez is tight. All right, let's get it. This is Dead Prez, The Animal and Man.
After they ran the farmer off the farm, this is the animal and you. This is the animal and man. Coming true. After they ran the farmer off the farm, the pigs went round and called a meeting in the barn. Hannibal spoke for several hours, but when he talked about his plans for power, that's when the conversation turned sour. He issued an official ordinance that said, if you're not a pig from this day forth, then you supporting it. That's when the horses went buck wild. One of them shouted out, you fraudulent pigs, we know your fucking style. Hannibal's face was flushed and pale, all the animals' eyes full of disgust and betrayal. He fell the same way Sam fell. They took his tongue out his mouth and cut his body up for sale, for real. You better listen while you can. It's a very thin line between animal and man. When Hannibal crossed the line, they all took a stand. What would you have done? Shook his hand? This is the animal and man. This is the animal and man. This is the animal and you. This is the animal and man. Coming true.
It's crazy the way they wrote this story, and it's so fast, right? Like that second verse, like tied it all in, the animals took over the farm, led by the pigs. This pig, he named him Hannibal. And when Hannibal took over, he was just like, the pigs are running. You show your alliance to the pigs. And what I get from that is like, hey, nah, we're all animals. We're a collective. We all did this together. No, we all are equal. No. Pigs are higher. You guys got to pay allegiance to us. Da. And so it's just really interesting how they tied that together so fast. And again, without me reading the book, I don't really know. But you guys have to tap it in the comments and let me know. Is it right on with the story of Animal Farm and break some of that down? I mean, I could look it up on Google, but let's just have some fun with it, right?
This is the animal and man. This is the animal and you. This is the animal and man. Coming true.
Letting it ride. I forget if anything else happens after this. The music is so dope. That's crazy.
This is the animal and man. This is the animal and you. This is the animal and man. Coming true. This is the animal and man. This is the animal and you. This is the animal and man. Coming true.
Remember.
It just remember. That's crazy. You know, the Dead Prez was always ahead of their time with the musicality too. I'm telling you, Let's Get Free is an album you can play from the beginning to end because the beats are fire, the lyrics are fire, and there's so much substance and messaging that is just amazing, right? Now, again, for me, I always say this because as I've gotten a little older, I feel like my politics and my views of the world have changed a little bit. There's a lot that I agree with these brothers on, but I think my strategy would be different. I'd take maybe a different approach to, like, if we see something that's wrong, the way we attack it and try to fix it. I think my approach might be a little bit different. But I'm not here to get political because, like, I look at these hip hoppers, like, we have more in common than we do separate. And the one thing I love about Dead Prez, I don't know if you guys knew this, but they were very fundamental in me changing my lifestyle of health because they were one of the only rappers rapping about eating healthy and putting those. And I didn't realize, I read, I think it was some of Stickman's book, and he was talking about how he got gout, and a lot of it was just because of his diet and drinking alcohol and doing stuff like that. And, you know, some of that and other things in my life got me on the health track. But these were some of the brothers. They have RBG. So RBG is revolutionary but gangsta, right? That's their, you know, way to make being a revolutionary be cool, you know, hip hop, right? But they have RBG Fit Club. And they made some banging songs about, like, working out and just how you got to be healthy. And I really appreciated that. And I know Stick got a lot of his inspiration from KRS-One. Fast forward, we're having this conversation because REN has got a lot of his inspiration from KRS-One. And then this Pig Mask and Animal Farm, all these things kind of tie in together. And I love to see these parallels in hip hop that a lot of people forget about and just brush under the rug. And I think, I wish that, you know, I could react to KRS-One and Busta Rhymes and Public Enemy on my channel and get the same amount of views as some of these other videos, these reaction videos do, because those ones are just as important. But since they don't, I still think it's time for me to, it's still important for me to do what I call passion projects or soul projects, which is like highlighting a song like this, or when I highlighted the Jizza Geniuses or Killer Priest's basic instructions before leaving Earth. And I think I want to make sure I do that a little more on the channel to play my role in showing respect to the people that came before us and the culture, you know, and have some fun with it. So if you guys are here for it, man, that'd be amazing. If not, I still got to do it for the soul, man. You know what I mean? Anyways, that was Dead Prez, Animal, and Man. You guys got to let me know. I'm not really sure. I decided not to look it up on Google, but I believe that is the story of Animal Farm from George Orwell, putting it to a rap song. And I thought it was crazy. It's crazy. The thing that reminded me to do this was REN's pig mask. So that's always fun, right? Anyways, you guys let me know what you think of this. Like, share, comment, subscribe. 40.
Thank you for being some man. 40 years down the road, back again. FUQ boy.